G'day and welcome to Green Tooth Gorge, and this time I'm trying something a little bit new. This is a best of three between LittleBelchonok and Nuthug. And I've gotten this from a new website. Well, not a new website, obviously it's not new, it's fucking old. But this is the first time I've taken I've been getting all my replays from GameReplays.org. But this one I've taken from ESL, and it is from the regional championships for the up and down matches. Now let's see how it goes, and we'll see if this format works. Because one of the problems I've found with watching, you know, whatever they're called, you know, best of three matches is that you can always tell who won after the first match, because it's you know, you can see that there's only 2 videos uploaded to the site. So this time I'm going to upload it as a single game, single video for all 3 matches. Hope it works out. Okay, so here we go. I'm pretty sure, because of the stupid names, it's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure Evil Eversaw is actually Belchonok, and the Inquisitor is Nuthug. And yeah, the reason I think that is because in the second replay, Nuthug is in position 2, which is the same position as Cal Z4. So if that is not the case, I'm sorry, but why don't you use your real nicks in Steam? He's already used his stomp. He better get out of there quickly. Reverse for your life. I mean, he's facing 2 squads. He could very easily go down, and I think he in fact will go down, and that is boom, he's gone. Terrible start there. And meanwhile we have a one-on-one battle. He's actually going to retreat into the, you don't see that very often, a hero retreating inside the cover. But Belchonok should be feeling pretty happy with himself, forcing off the Inquisitor like that without much effort, and he has even come down and capped his natural, and you can see that he's done a very, very hard push into Nuthug's territory, because he hasn't even really capped. I mean, he's back capping now at these 2 points, but instead of going for his own caps, he's actually gone to decap and cap Nuthug's forces, which is an interesting move actually, and I think it's actually a pretty clever one. He does lose that initial gain himself, but he sacrifices it from Nuthug, and the fact is, because he's doing the attrition, he's the one pushing, and luckily he's been, or not, maybe it's not luck, maybe he's just a skilled motherfucker, but the point is he's been actually doing damage. He's not the one with the wreck loss, and now he has a commandeering position. But here you can see they're trying to retake the battlefield. They are getting the Sergeant now, and the Inquisitor will not get time to put that cap off until he drives away, she drives away, these Space Marines. And out comes the second Sentinel. Now, of course, the Sentinel is a terrible loss to lose so early, but in all truth, it's actually not as bad as you might think. I mean, losing a Sentinel early is not the complete horrendous fuck up that can just make the game not even worth playing, because at a level 1 Sentinel is quite easy to replace, and at this stage of the game, this unit here is pretty much as powerful as the unit that it replaced. I mean, what you're losing is wreck, obviously, which is always bad. But my point is, if he can keep this one to survive, it's not really going to put a bit bad hurt on his game long term. Ooh, my mouse is acting all weird. He doesn't want to lose it again. That's not gonna work, baby. But doing. and knocked off, but of course the Force Commander will actually beat him in this battle here. He looks like he's just going to cap straight through it. Is he going to stay on the cap? He's going to do the full cap. No, he's not. He's going to run away. And here we see we have flamers upon these guardsmen, which is very, very good for taking out the power farms, but not exactly the kind of thing you really need when you're facing a set of Space Marines who are already heading to Tier 3. That early push, that early control of the map is really starting to show what it can do. And out comes a heavy weapons squad to try and control the midfield. This is actually a pretty good choice in my opinion, because we haven't seen any jump marines, but the assault troopers, they're on their way. I mean, there's not even a doubt about it. This unit is going to be pretty useless in the long term, though it depends what we see. It depends how we see. I mean, will this unit be able to do any big changes? I'm not sure. I find that as soon as he sees this, we are probably going to see one get built directly. As soon as he's got the wreck, we might see this guy. Look, pathing errors. Get the hell out of there, dude. He doesn't want to lose his sentinel again. That would be unrecoverable. And no, he goes for the Razorback instead of going for the jump marines, and this is probably a strange kind of choice, I would say, because wouldn't he just build like a las cannon on that heavy infantry squad and just be able to take the Razorback out really easily? Oh, unfortunately they're changing their setup, which was unable to get those Marines in the crossfire during retreat. And here we go. These guys are not going to be able to replace that cap. Boom! But unfortunately, the Force Commander may go down here, but those Marines are going to have to get out. She has used her hammer, so... Oh, has she? Oh! My God. So close, and yet so far. And she doesn't get out of there, she is going to go down. Oh, 15 health. Oh, dead. Nice chase down there by the Razorback. And this is looking like not a particularly good position for poor old Nutmeg. He's having a lot of problems here. I mean, that early loss of that early loss is just severely drained his tier 2, and now he's gotten 2 heavy weapon squads, so he's massively invested in tier 1. And we have not seen any war gear. He's lost his commander. I mean, and look at the wreck for Belchonok. I mean, he's just going to start absolutely pounding any minute now. The big, massive Space Marine units are going to start pouring onto the field, and it's going to be very, very hard. Ooh, teleporter. I do like the teleporter on the Force Commander. You don't see it as much as I believe you should. Is he going to reveal it? He's going to wait for the setup. Very nice work not revealing the teleporter, because this of course will change the response time. And that still hasn't been able to revive his Inquisitor. And that is it. Game 1 over. Quick as lightning. has a complaint about a bug going on. And that looks like it's game over. So that was a very quick, short and sweet. That's what it's like in competitions. Sometimes it's easier to just completely remove rather than suffer the, you jump out of the fight quickly rather than suffer the, the morale hit of getting absolutely crushed. Because, if you feel that, especially when it's in the best of 3 or worse yet, even more than that, you have these abilities to try and get back in the fight to keep your momentum going. So let's see if we can do this again. And here's the second one. Ooh. Okay, so if there was a bit of a cut, my voice just suddenly stopped. That's because I hit the continue button. I didn't want you to see how many replays I downloaded for this thing to try and keep the final result a secret if possible. But here we are, going to the Cold Earth Refinery. This is Game 2, best of 3 up and down match between LittleBelchonok and Nuthug. 2 very good players and well worth the time. And LittleBelchonok's finally, he's got his proper name. Good on you, mate. And he is playing the Lord General. So maybe LittleBelchonok was actually the Inquisitor in that last game, who knows? And here is the Chaos Sorcerer. How awesome is he? All in white. Playing against Nuthug. Have I casted this game already? I'm going to pause this for a sec. Okay, that would be a no, I think. Oh well, if I have, stuff it. Okay, Chaos Sorcerer, one of my all-time favourite classes and races. Let's see if we can see a bit of a difference here by Nuthug. LittleBelchonok is on the field. I'm starting to think that maybe he actually lost the first round. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, basically, I went to ESL and I downloaded this. It came in a zip file, so these 2 files are definitely the teamed matches. And by the dates, the first one was first and this is second. So as far as I know, I'm all doing it all right. But not having the correct Steam nicks is very, very hard to tell who's who. But yeah, I'm going to say that LittleBelchonok actually, because he's playing IG this round, I think maybe he actually... I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's just go from what we know here, and that is that it is the first major engagement, and down drops the Lord General's little entourage guy. Not really a big loss, but we are being able to completely deny this cap for the Chaos. But remember, of course, that the Chaos's dependence on power is not quite as strong as some of the other races. So while this seems like a very, very strong push, it is actually not really delaying the Chaos tech tree that much. I mean, it is delaying it. I mean, it's not a bad thing. But what we'll probably see is that he's just going to cap here, put a cap on it, and then rush up and try and disrupt little Nuthug's own power. And meanwhile, his heretics are capping as well. Still, those Space Marines will be wanting to get out of there pretty quickly. They have been. Oh well, sorry. He's got the support coming in, so not a problem. Wow, very nice outfit, gold and white. Like that a lot. And Sentinel is going to come in for the decap, but this is not going to work out and going to have to get out of there pretty damn quickly. Boom. That repair is not going to be enough. And it's going to go down. No. And out come the Ketchikan Devils. Awesome. Very, very strong unit against Chaos. And again, we see a strong build from the Chaos Sorcerer, which is, of course... Ooh, and he's getting the Demolition Man. Awesome. Going to see some nice explosions all over the place. But yeah, I talked about this in my last video, but 2 Chaos Marines is actually a very strong build for Chaos Sorcerer. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does with it. I personally think that, especially against IG, when you have Chaos Sorcerer, the Khorne Marines seem to be very, very strong, or at least at the level that I play at. And you can see him running into melee in all these engagements, and you can just imagine the extra damage that has when you've got the Khorne Marines. Okay, the 2 power going up for the Chaos, and we only have the 3 power here, and you can see that is almost a fully matured node at 39. Well, this is only at 29. And finally the decap goes off, and that was quite ballsy of him not to retreat that guy. I really thought this guy would have to get the hell out of dodge, but the repair unit is so strong in IG. Some would say too strong. And here comes the second heretic right on time. Now this basically means we're going into a more tier 2 orientated build with a second heretic. Sometimes we see the Noise Marines come out, and Noise Marines are actually incredibly strong against IG, and I'm a little bit disappointed not to see it, because I love Noise Marines, man. They make all these fucking cool weird noises when they shoot things. They got this cacophony that sort of sounds like someone fucking around a guitar, and then they got that, you know, upgraded cannon, sound cannon thing, which is like one of the best sounds in the entire game next to the plasma cannon. So I'm totally disappointed. But LittleBelchonok going straight to tier 2, and this map is so big, this map is so large. It doesn't look it when you look at the thing, but it's actually a very, very large map, which means that the Manticore is exceptionally effective in this map, because map control means so much. Like this guy, these are pushed all the way to this side of the map. That means this side over here is capping this power node, and you know, this guy's capping the rec nodes. That is so far away from the action. There is no way he's going to be able to really cover. He's going to lose this second. This brand new heretic squad goes down. Terrible, absolutely terrible. He was hoping to be able to survive that by having him come in with reinforced with these 2 squads, but But yeah, what I mean is, like, this map is just so huge that, I mean, you can really control by pushing the units around with the Manticore. It really makes a huge difference, and I would expect to see one. Of course, at the same time, we do have the Chaos Sorcerer, which means that the you know, its teleportability does shut down that Manticore quite a bit. This isn't going to work. That Chaos Sorcerer is in a lot of trouble. He's walking right into the major throes of Belchonok's IG army. And poor old Nuthug is in a bit of a situation now. He's finally going to tier 2, and here comes that Manticore, which is going to create some terrible problems, I think, for Nuthug. Nuthug, I think he's got the game sense to realize this is coming, and we will most likely see a Blood Crusher come onto the field, which will allow him to use its charge ability to try and get up close and personal. It's going to be very, very hard to take out this Manticore. The Manticore has such a long range, and this map is so huge that it could hide pretty much anywhere. So we'll see how he handles it. Goes down with the waste of money. Not only does he build a third generator, which might not have been necessary to build in the first place, it also goes down before it's even built. And Manticore is out. Be interesting to see when he first decides to reveal it. The Manticore is one of those units you just don't send out in the middle of the fray for no reason. You want to use it at timed positions. If you can place it in the right spot just behind this VP, which is exactly where he's putting it, you can nuke this VP and you can nuke these entrances on either side. He's also laid down a bomb here. He's just putting traps everywhere. I think poor old Nuthug is in quite a devastating position here. I think this is very, very good IG play, and out comes the Stormtroopers. Oh yeah. So, I mean, that Blood Crusher is not long for this world, regardless, even if he comes out. I mean, he's lost one of his worshipping powers, but don't count Nuthug out yet. I mean, he's on a bit of a back foot right now, but we'll see what he does. Getting Eternal War. This is an interesting choice. He's getting Eternal War on both his Chaos Space Marines, which does do an DPS increase, but it is a temporary measure. I mean, he realizes he's stuck for resources, so he's not going for the really obvious Khorne and Zinch ones. I don't believe they stack though. Like, getting Eternal War and then getting Zinch doesn't mean that you're more powerful than just going Zinch straight away. And there's the Manticore, and instantly the full retreat, and you can already see exactly how powerful it is. These guys are just sitting in store. They just come back up in to defend this zone, and this is going to be very, very hard for Nuthug to break. But of course, Nuthug is playing the Chaos Sorcerer. I mean, he's only level 1, but the other guy's only level 1 too. But the Chaos Sorcerer is going to be able to zip around the map. He hasn't actually got the He hasn't actually got the teleportation, which would have been quite handy to zipping around the map capping. But as you can see, that now that he's taken the ability to force them off the middle has enabled him to come and start attacking the map, and that's really going to make a huge difference. And now we have some Blood Crushers coming onto the field. Nice worship, about time. I love seeing Zinch worship. Unfortunately, we don't have the 2 heretic squads anymore, so that's going to make a huge difference. Oh dear, I think that might have been a misclick, but popping that very, very early, that's a warp ability that makes them immune to damage. Oh no, oh no! Oh, they just get away with their lives. That was a devastating, absolutely devastating Manticore hit while his focus of attention was elsewhere, and that could very well seal the fate of this game. Boom! But those catch-ins don't really care about that. They do share the fire and get the damage, but they force off those heretics without really too much of a worry. And you'll note that he's built up an army that's designed basically for full anti-armor. I mean, he's got like the las cannon, he's got the anti-armor kit on the stormtroopers, but we actually don't have armor on the field. He's going to go for it. Unfortunately, there is a defending group, and here goes the explosion. Oh, he doesn't trigger it. Could have lost that entire squad just then. And looks like he's going to try force melee here. But he will not get any model kills at all. And tier 3 for LittleBelchonok, and I think he's in a safe position to go for that Baneblade, which you might know that I'm always sort of looking down on the choice to go to Baneblade, but when you're this far ahead you can probably get away with it. Nuthug actually has quite a lot of wreck here. I'm not sure why he's not fielding more units. What is he waiting for? Is he trying to go to tier 3? What could possibly be in tier 3 that he would want? Oh! Unbelievable Doomblade. Wow. Unbelievable Doomblade. He cannot leave the field here. He has to hold his position. If he falls back, it will not be good. What is he saving up for? I do not know what Nuthug's saving up for. Why isn't he? He hasn't got the 4th Space Marines. He hasn't got the... Ooh, and boom! Finally, that trigger does go off. Doesn't kill the squad, but if they had a slight amount of damage, it would have. And some nice VP capping, and nice. And now is his time to try and reinforce this point. He hasn't got the second Heretic squad to hide it, and out comes a Chaos Dreadnought, which I think will be fairly short-lived. I don't really see how he can possibly... Ooh, Manticore Strike. Completely fail. Now remember, it's very easy to forget that the Manticore can shoot well outside that original circle. These guys are going to go down if they don't retreat right now. Oh, come on, Nuthug. Come on. I so go for Chaos every time I see them, especially when it's a Chaos Sorcerer, because like, I play a lot of Chaos, but I can't play the Chaos Sorcerer very well because it is a very intensively micro-oriented hero. I'm much better with the Plague Marine and Chaos Lord. And boom! What is that? This is the end of that squad. And now he does have to surrender the field. Chaos Dreadnought is on the field, no upgrade. He has got to get the hell out of there. He's going to push straight up into this VP, but whoa, runs away at the first sign of the dread. Unusual. I thought he definitely has the power on the field to deal with this without any problems. His Clutchins have gone invisible. They're going to sneak up in close and then open fire. Where is his Stormtroopers? Here they are. They're running down to reinforce right now. Looks like he could be waiting in trap here. He's waiting for them to try and cap, then he's going to blow up the dynamite, and then these guys are going to start to nuke. But no. He is wise to that. He goes, no way am I falling for that. Boom. Uses an attack ground to try and destroy those explosives, but they do not go down. I do not believe you can use repair on that to fix that thing's health. Okay, we finally have Zinch upgraded on those Marines. Only on one of them though, the other one's in the background capping. And the Manticore Strike, and it's going to hit again. Oh, they get out in time, but they did not retreat far enough. There we go. And the game is kind of stabilizing at the moment. That Manticore needs to be dealt with. This guy is going to go down. He still has not got the teleportation. He really needs the teleportation so that he can get that, start to deal with that Manticore a bit easier. And there you go. One of the reasons why I particularly like the Corn Marines is because of that shield, which destroys all range damage, just basically negates it. And looks like he's going to lose all his units in this battle. This is the end. GG. Manticore strike on his own units. He just goes, stuff it. That's game over. And well done, LittleBelchonok. Nuthug put up a tremendous fight there. And I really can't fault a lot of what he did. I mean, he didn't really do that much wrong. It just Belchonok really played very, very well. And yeah, unfortunately, that's it. And on a side note, that is the end of the game. That is the end of the series. Belchonok wins 2-0. So he was playing Space Marines in that first one. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I did that right. I mean, it was all contained in the same zip file, so I mean, they had all these different names, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and let me know if you like the idea of doing multiple games in a single cast to try and hide the winner, and I will see you next time.